What's up, everybody? My name's Christian Montuano. Welcome to Doubted. First off, like I said, yes, my name's Christian Montuano, and today I'm here with Michai White. Michai, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing well. Tell everybody where you're from and just what it's been like for you growing up there.
I'm from Hackensack, New Jersey. It's a pretty calm town. The town is pretty cool. We're close to everything, like Teaneck, Inglewood. We're close to everything, Parkway and stuff, so we can get wherever we need to go. I ain't really go to school like that out here. I went to school here for I think a year or two, so I still keep close contact and really close friends with some of those people I grew up with. Hackensack's pretty cool.
Well, this is the second time we're recording this, so remember our last conversation and you talked about just you playing in the state of New York, playing against that competition, and being able to get a feel for how they play over there. And then now you're playing high school basketball in New Jersey, so have played in both states. Talk about that, how that's helped you develop as a player.
It really gave me the best of both worlds because, in New York, we playing outside, we playing hard, scrappy, we in your face, like playing mad hard, playing mad tough. In Jersey, playing, some more IQ, like skill and IQ, and really thinking the game and playing a little slower, mix of speeds, different mix of styles, mix of defenses and stuff. So, the best of both worlds kind of kept like playing in New York. It kept me really tough and really playing as hard as I can the whole game. Playing in New Jersey really gave me that skill and that IQ and that different like next level of the game.
What went into that decision to go play in New York? What were those conversations like before you made that decision to play up there?
I started playing in New York when I was like 6 or 7, so I don't really know why I
Okay.
never really got into it with my dad on why, but I think it was because like players, which is New Jersey players, didn't have a team for my age at the time. So the only team I started with Gauchos and Coach Tommy Swain. They had a team for my age, so I just went up there because I was the only team that was really competitive at the time. New York was where it was at with the competitiveness. Jersey didn't have competitive younger teams like that at the time, so I had to go up there to
Yeah.
really get the smoke.
Would you say that was a good decision on your father's part to have you play up there?
Definitely, definitely, definitely. It made me mad tough. It made me really tough.
Yeah. So like you said, New York Gauchos started playing with them at a young age. Legendary AAU program. They have their own gym up in New York. For those that don't know, I mean, just legendary AAU program. What was that like for you playing within that program? In terms of New York basketball, you can't get much bigger than the New York Gauchos. So, what was that like for you playing within that program?
It was great, a high level program like that, or the best program in New York history, really. It was great, even at that young age of 7, it was just very high level coaching. From there, and also seeing the older teams and the older kids, play and seeing them play and how hard their practice was and high level their practice was. It was really just a high level experience for me at such a young age to start playing AAU.
So, starting to play with the Gauchos when you were, 6, 7, 8 years old, right?
Yeah.
How how have you seen, I guess, starting from that young of an age, like to who you are as a player now, just throughout the years, how did you develop with the Gauchos program? Like, how did that kind of go for you in terms of growth, not only on the court but off the court?
And great, Gauchos off the court, they just breed high character people, high character guys. Like even the guys having NBA, the Kemba Walkers, they're all high character guys. So off the court, they really taught me like how to really go about with with playing basketball and stuff. And on the court, they've seen everybody, they've seen the highest level, so they know what it's like to obviously produce and what needs to go into a kid to make him that high level of a kid. So Coach Tommy really bred me and my team at the highest level. Like he just wanted to train straight McDonald's All Americans. That was the only goal he's seen for all of us. So
Thank you for watching this episode of Doubted, where we spotlight the next generation of hoopers and give them a platform to share their journey and goals. If you're a hoop junkie like myself, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out. Now, back to the conversation. You're playing high school basketball, freshman year at St. Benedict's Prep. Now experiencing that New York grittiness, toughness, playing against that competition, very physical. Now playing the high school competition over here in New Jersey, do you feel like you're, from a physicality standpoint, do you feel like playing up in New York got you ready for just the physicality of high school basketball?
Absolutely. Honestly, it's never left me. Like it's always been there, the physicality. So to go into high school, a lot of freshmen, it's new for them because it's a very physical game. So having that New York grittiness in me, it makes me very physical. And playing against a senior, it won't really impact nothing because I've been like that my whole life. So
Describe that play style you were talking about, like up in New York, where it's very tough. Just for the people that haven't played a New York team or haven't played in New York, what's it like playing there?
it's tough, especially because you always majority of the time you're playing outside. Like especially if you get like an announcer like Cha-Ching or like a Mike Leary or something, and that makes it even worse. Like they gonna pressure 94 feet the whole game. They gonna foul, they gonna grab you, they gonna play mad hard. They diving on the floor, concrete don't matter. They cutting your arms up, all that. So like you get the announcer with it too. The announcer talking, it's mad loud, it's very loud. People banging on gates, everything. Like it's just crazy to be honest.
Have you played at Dykeman before?
Yeah, I actually played at Dykeman this summer with C. Will, coach from St. Raymond's. He's with the Rens. He brought me out to Dykeman for a game.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I was at Dykeman for the program New York City. They had like the program New York City Classic over
high
in
school one
June.
or the middle school one?
High school.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
So they had their event in June at Dykeman, and Mel played against. He was facing off against Malik Thomas, and I remember like towards the end of the game they were playing. They it was just 1v1. Like they ISO just everybody from the stands,
down on the court. We
just
all
like
came down on the court. We was
yeah.
recording. It was mad fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so have you experienced that? Just like they don't, like you said, just with the announcers and all that, people will be on the court like you just throw the ball out and you play, right?
Yeah, I've been through it. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun. It's fun. It's real fun actually. Like over time, it's became fun.
You're playing with the New York Rens program. Played with them over the summer on the junior EYBL circuit. First circuit season with junior EYBL. How was that experience overall for you playing against that competition and seeing how you fared against the best at your age around the country?
Junior YBL was great. This is my first time like really playing against like you got Cali, you got the Midwest, Chicago, Texas. You really got everybody in one gym. So it was great to see where I mounted up against. It was really great experience. Also being so close to the actual EYBL facility with the 17s, 15s, and 16s there. So the whole experience was great. Junior YBL was really great.
From that experience playing against, like you said, Cali, Florida teams just all over the country. Is there any part of the country or like any team that you were like, I wouldn't say surprised, but just like that gave you guys like a really good fight, really close battle, and you were like kind of surprised just from how they played because you said, I mean, New York like built different in terms of just toughness and all that. So, what was a team or just area of the country playing against those players that you were like surprised after you played them, I guess?
The two teams that gave us our hardest battle were Team Why Not and Live On Select. We lost to Why Not in the playoffs by one, and Live On Select, I believe we lost that game too, but we went to the playoffs right after that game. We placed first in our seed. Those are the probably two toughest games we played. Just it's just different with them. Like they better shooters, I'll say for sure. Because I know Levon got some California kids, I think, or like Nevada kids around that area, so they can shoot the ball really well. Like from anywhere, half court, volleyball line, NBA three, like they just shoot the ball at like a high clip. So playing those two teams definitely showed me a different style of basketball and different how basketball is really worldwide and world renowned.
When you walked away from those games, is that something in terms of the shooting? Is that something you walked away from like, hey, I got to keep on working
Yeah.
on that? Like walking away from those games, what did you see as, hey, I got to get better in that aspect?
Yeah, definitely the shooting part with both of those teams. Just making sure I'm always, working on my jump shot because eventually you competing with them for scholarships, competing with them for the same thing. So if they shooting better than you, they outbeing you. So you always got to keep working, especially taking everything from every game and different team. You got to just keep adding to your game.
Over your years, played at some great programs, AAU programs. Is there any coach that you would say has had the biggest impact on you as a basketball player and off the court also? Just any great coach you've had over the years?
Coach Tommy and Coach Weed, those are the first two coaches to like really believe in me. From like 6, 7, that age, letting me play up with their teams and stuff like that. They really believed in me and started it. Another coach, Coach Oz, from the Rens, he's the head director, but he also coached my eighth grade team. Now with me becoming a point guard and stuff, and me actually being a point guard now, like he's really like gave me the ground for being a great point guard and what I need to actually do. So those are like the three coaches that I can say have like really taught me what it is.
Awesome. Did were you more of a two guard, like more of an off the ball kind of guy before? Because you said he Coach Oz just in terms of like the point guard ability. So were you more off the ball kind of guy?
Yeah, when I was younger, I was like a two guard, and then at like 10 or 11, I changed it to like a one. So yeah, at first I was a two guard, but for the last like 3, 4 years, I've switched it to a one.
Okay. What were some things over the years like playing the point guard position, having the ball in your hands? What were some things that you worked on or just how'd you develop in that role?
My reads and like my IQ. Well, Coach Tariq, from my old middle school, he used to train me when I really wanted to become a. There was a day I was just like, I want to be a point guard from now on, and I sat down on that, really locked in on that. So locking in with him, he taught me the IQ of the game and like the reads to make. If this guy steps up, what to do. If he sits back, what to do. Like different types of passes, everything. So really just locking in on the IQ and like on the game down for myself and the reads of the game. That year, I wanted to start becoming a point guard. I believe I was like 10. I believe when I really said I want to be a point guard from now on. So he really kind of paved the way and showed me like what you need to do to become the best.
Yeah. Has that helped you a lot now playing against that high school competition in New Jersey? Because I mean, you said just how New Jersey is just a lot more high IQ players slowing the game down. Would you say preparing for that with your coaches and learning how to make the right reads that's helped you for where you are now and heading into this year?
Most definitely, absolutely. Just putting all the hours in with them and putting it into the game. After a while, you just become great at it. So, going into this year, being just having my point guard game like just strictly polished, my reads and stuff, and always improving because it's always moving for improvement. So, but because I started so early, it allowed me to polish my reads and my IQ at a high level. So now going into high school, it should be smooth sailing.
Absolutely. It sounds like you're a gym rat.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean,
Where does that come from? Have you always been like that?
kind of. I don't really know actually. Like I just like going. Like it's just fun to me. Like basketball's just fun to me. And if I could work out, might as well. Like it's just fun to me. So just going to the gym and just getting shots up and working on my game. It's always kind of just been something I like to do. So
That love of the game is super important, I think. Can't force anybody to be in the gym if they don't wanna be in the gym.
exactly.
Um so in our last conversation we talked about like I wouldn't say a freak injury, but just a weird injury situation where you couldn't play or you couldn't play for how long was it? Like 3 weeks you said or 4 weeks? You were out of the
I,
game,
I
away from
couldn't
the game.
play for 2 to 3 months, but I got out the cast in 3 weeks.
Okay. Were you able to still like those 2 3 months you didn't play like at all? You couldn't train anything
Nah, I
like
was
that.
training. I was training. So first, I got out the cast, I
Okay.
got out the ankle cast, and I couldn't really do much. But me personally, I was still shooting and stuff like that at the bare minimum. Couldn't run or nothing like that, but I was still like
Yeah.
shooting more shots, free throws, stuff like that. And then I started PT, and then like in 3 weeks, I think they cleared me to start playing. So I took it slowly,
Okay.
kind of with and just got back into it. And then 3 weeks later, they cleared me for contact, and I could actually play against people, but I just wanted to take it slow because high school was coming up and stuff like that. I'm like, let me get myself 100% back, right, so I don't hurt anything, and then really get back into playing.
Right. Okay. Reason I brought that up was because, what we were just talking about in terms of your work ethic and always being in the gym, when people do get injured, like when those type of people that are gym rats do get injured, it's really tough on them because they always want to keep on working, but they can't because they got to recover and things like that. So, was that something that you ran into when you were recovering from your injury?
Most definitely. I still found ways to work out. Like I just did a lot of upper body, a lot of core. Still was able to like form shoot and stuff like that because obviously I was on the cast, but I could sit down in the chair shoot. So I still found ways around it, but not doing the full workout with my legs and being able to run around was still kind of bothering me. So I mean, I found a way to get through it, but
Absolutely. Yeah, so over the summer, you just preparing for this high school season. Like I said, played with the Rens. First off, you had a great summer. I mean, you in junior EYBL, and then we'll talk about some of your made hoops camps that you were a part of. You played really well at those. We'll talk about those a little bit later. But just what were some things that you were working on over the summer, or like how would you say you developed as a player over the summer through junior EYBL, through all the training you did? How did your game grow?
the main thing, working on like injury prevention stuff, like my ankle and stuff like that. My ankles, my whole lower body, just a lot of injury prevention because I don't like sitting out. Like I can't do it. So like making sure I'm always healthy. I worked a lot on my athleticism going into high school, and then I worked a lot on like my pull up shooting and my shooting in general, like a lot of pull ups, a lot of shot creativity because I know I'm gonna have to be able to get to that spot and pull up on the dime and stop on the dime and just pull up real quick going into my freshman year. So those are the three main like components I worked on going into high school.
I noticed like you played even before you said New Jersey. We started a little bit later. Season starts mid December, but you've played in high school competition, like playing against other high school teams just in season, preparing for the season, tournaments, things like that, getting everybody ready, summer leagues, all that. How were those playing against those high school teams, but just like over the summer, getting ready for the season? How were those events?
It was great getting to learn my new team, and as people came in, getting to learn the new teammates and stuff like that. It was also a great thing to use to prepare. Because we start so late, getting all those games, and especially because we played a lot of out of state, out of teams. We played Gonzaga, Bishop McNamara. Those are the
Okay.
two teams I can really name off the top of my head right now because we played a lot of games. So Archbishop Carroll, we played a lot of games. So it really
Okay.
helped me to prepare and see not just Jersey competition, but other states and other parts of the world's competition. So a great preparer to help me go into my freshman year.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Archbishop Carroll. They're over there in Philly. Gonzaga, they're number two team in the country, I believe, right now. Do you know are you familiar with like any of those teams, or just like when you saw those teams on the schedule, what were your thoughts? What was going through your head, I guess?
When we played Carroll, I kind of knew what it was going into because I know Munir personally, Munir Gregg. I know him personally, so I kind of knew it was going to be a good game. We just had to play hard, so that game was good. And then Gonzaga, I didn't know nobody, so I was just going into it because I had seen them. I think I seen Gonzaga play like 2 years prior, like my seventh grade year, and I was like, dang, they're pretty good. But it came back to me, and I was like, oh, this is them. And then it was like, all right, let's go then. I mean, ain't nothing we could do now. Let's just hoop.
Yeah,
So when I went out there, I didn't know nobody, but I was just hooping. I was like, forget it, let's go. They gotta play. So
for sure. Um, did you trained with Kyrie? Was that this past summer?
yeah, that was this summer. That was
Okay.
this.
How was that? I mean, New Jersey guard. I mean, that's probably like best guard to come out of the state ever. I think so. What was that like for you learning from him?
It was great. Kyrie, he's just like different. Like his layups, his moves, like we all see it. We all see it. Like he's really like different. So to be able to learn under him, like full course, like 1-on-1, and be able to really take from him and what he's telling me and learn his moves and stuff like that, that was really a great experience. And even off the court, like he's super personable. He's super chill. Like he's just a great guy in general. A lot of people have misconceptions about Kyrie. He's really like a great person, and he doesn't mean any harm to nobody. It's just that people mess with him. So he's really a great guy. Like you would love Kyrie.
Yeah.
He's personable to everybody. Like he'll talk to his father the same way he talks to you, with the same respect, same smile, same everything.
Yeah. It sounds like just from watching clips and like seeing him, I saw he was playing in runs over in New Jersey over the summer at his old high school, things like that. It always seems like just what you said, that he's very personable, that he just loves giving back to just kids that are trying to come up, especially kids from New Jersey. Could you really feel that just like from what he was telling you during those workouts? Like he really was giving you a lot of game and really cared about helping you become the best player that you could possibly be and get better?
Absolutely. I mean, he was giving me all the tricks, like different types of moves, how to step, how to do it all. You could really tell he really cared and really wanted me to get better that day.
Besides the basketball part, I feel like Kyrie has a lot of great knowledge about off the court and being able to handle distractions and being able to just stay in the moment and make sure your mental's right. So, did he give you any advice on that aspect? Just making sure that your mind's right, like off the court kind of stuff?
Yeah, his main thing was just to block it out and always be yourself and never let anybody change what you think about something. That was the main components he gave me that time. Just always stay authentic to you.
Was that workout like a one-on-one type thing with for you, or was it a clinic? Like what kind of training was it, I guess?
So the more than a run, like games he'll have where he'll pick five and they'll just go up and down. So it was that, but before he had a training segment, it was me and Mel, Jermel, Thomas, Mel. So we
Yep.
both worked out with him for like an hour, and then me and him ended up playing in the runs after that.
What's your relationship like with Mel Mel?
Me and Mel, we have a great relationship actually. I kind of almost like grew up around him and as such, working out, seeing him play and stuff like that. So me and Mel, we talk, we have a great relationship.
He played with the 17s this past summer with the Rens. Have you talked with him just about, I guess, like, because he played up. He played
Yeah,
up
he
this
played up.
past summer. He wasn't, yeah, so he wasn't supposed to be playing with them, young, playing with that team. Have you talked to him at all? Just what that was like from him and learning from him in that aspect?
Yeah, we spoke on it a little bit. As I said in the first conversation, like when we play 17s, the whole teams will come to our game and support. Mel, he's mad person, but he's in the cam. He got the camera on, we want scoring and all that. He's smiling, laughing, hyping us up and all that. So we definitely talked about it and how it's different and like the speed of the game and the physicality because that's the highest level on the high school level. To be honest, the EYBL is just 6'7" point guard and stuff like that. So the physicality and the speed of the game and how actually skilled those players are was the main difference.
Absolutely. You're locked in on this high school season coming up, have a big year ahead, but just from being in Augusta during Peach Jam time, you were playing Junior EYBL, which was in a separate separate gym than the Peach Jam gym. So being able to go and watch the older guys play, what was that for you? I'm sure you were looking forward watching that. You were like, "Hey, I can't wait to be playing EYBL next summer." What was that like for you watching those older guys play down there?
It was a great experience. Just to see the level of competition, and like even playing, like, watching the 17s game. Like we went to a 17s game with Rens versus Indy Heat, being right behind the bench and how Coach Oz, how intense the game is and how detailed the game is, and really looking at those high level guards and seeing what they're doing and what I got to add to my game to stay at that level and produce at that high of a level on that stage was really great. Peace Jam's a different environment than anything really. It's loud, it's coaches, cameras, it's really just the front center stage. So it was a great experience to be down there.
Yeah. It sounds like just from this conversation and then also like our first conversation just that you enjoy learning, you enjoy picking the brains from people around you and just observing, seeing what's going on, and you seem like somebody that's very passionate about learning and getting better. Where does that come from for you? And just because I feel like a lot of kids your age aren't like that. So where do you say that comes from?
It stems from just being a gym rat, always being in the gym, working out to better yourself. Like if you could pick the brain of somebody older than you that's been through what you've been through and is playing at the highest level, like a Kyrie or like a Mel playing 17 UIBL, being able to just pick that and add that to your game, that's another part of getting better. So it stems from really being a gym rat.
Mentioned it earlier in the conversation. You played in a couple made hoops camps. You played in one up in Queens, which was that was I believe in like June or maybe May. That was earlier in the summer. Yeah. Yep. And then you played one earlier this fall on the East High School Academy, which was over in Philadelphia. I was there for the one up in Queens. You made the All-Star game for that, and then I saw you were doing your thing at the high school academy over in Philly as well. What were those experiences like for you playing at those?
So the middle school one up in Queens, that was my first ever like game off of injury. So, that was a great experience to finally get back on the court and do what I do. Playing against and with all my friends, in the 28 class, making an all-star game. It really felt good to know I'm back and I never act like I never left. High school one was definitely a different experience, getting to play against all the 25s, 26s, 27s, just playing through the whole 4 years, that was a different experience really. Just getting up and down with the older bumps, seeing different competition than, the middle school competition. So both opportunities were really great and I definitely learned a lot from both.
Like you said, from the high school academy, playing against the 25s, the 26s, just what walking away from that, how do you think you fared against that older competition?
I feel like I fared great. I feel like there was no difference really, even though I was younger. There's no difference skill wise. I'm better than most of them, to be honest. So, just to see that I mount up with anybody in the country really felt great.
Hey, all right, man. Period. Right there. So the middle school academy up in Queens, a lot of great coaches were there. I know some people from like some coaches from Expressions, obviously some coaches from New York, the New York programs. Just a lot of great coaches in the region. What was that like being able to learn from them? Know you guys were doing stations, so rotating, getting working with all the coaches pretty much. What was that like? Just learning from them.
It was great, getting to network with different people from different states, different areas, different teams. It's just a great opportunity to get to know different people and take things from everybody. Expressions was there. I know Coach Joe from Expressions, some final coaches. My guy Doug was
Yep.
there. Just getting to learn from different people and network with different people was a great experience.
Doug Niblock
Yeah,
made who? Okay, that's the guy right there. That's the guy. How do you know Doug?
he was actually my coach for my team on the thing at the middle school academy. He coached my team.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's the guy right there. Love Doug. Have you stayed in touch with him like afterwards?
Yep, we stay in touch. I was really talking to him a lot at the high school camp actually too, because he was like running that. So me and Doug stay in touch.
Yeah, that was his camp right there. He's doing his thing. That's awesome. And he knows a lot about the game too.
Exactly.
Yeah, he knows a lot. So that's good. That's good to hear for sure. So now enough about summer, all that. You're heading into your freshman year at St. Benedict's Prep. Like we said, played against the high school competition already at some season tune-up events. But in terms of practices, I know you guys are on a break right now. You don't practice for a while, so but just this year in general, school, how's everything been with your new teammates, building that chemistry both on the court and off the court?
It's been great. You know, school is great. Keeping my grades right, staying out of trouble. You know, doing the usual, doing what has to be done. This is practice. When we weren't practicing, we're taking a little break right now, resting our bodies. You know, just getting the rest we need to recover before after a long summer. Just really go hard when we get back. But practices were great and stuff. You know, just learning the team, playing with the team, learning different things, learning what people like to do. You know, it was really great. So school has been amazing to start off.
What are some heading into the year? What are some of your personal goals that you want to achieve this year?
I want it all. I want to be the best point guard in the country, top 25 in the country, all team, all state, all everything. I want to win a state championship my first year. That's the main goal, to win. That's the real goal, to beat everybody. So
Yeah. Hey, you said just win and in New Jersey, especially just the Catholic schools over there. I mean, some great high level competition, some elite competition, playing against really great players, really great teams that have produced great players all around. Just the competition in New Jersey, I think is really high level, and it'll be hard to find it anywhere else. So heading into this year, what are some games that you have circled on the schedule? What are you looking forward to? Some games you're looking forward to?
on the schedule, outside of Jersey, we play Lawrence Woodmere up in New York with Anderson. I'm good friends with him. Immaculate Conception. We play a lot of my friends this year, so every team that my friend is with, I'm gonna have circled 9 times out of 10. Immaculate. I'm trying to think. I think we might play Rutgers Prep. I'm pretty sure we might play Rutgers Prep. I don't know if we do that, but those are the three main games I got circled right now because we play Immaculate them twice. So a lot of our games are like we play once there and then we play once at our gym. So we're gonna play a lot of those games in season like that.
Yeah. What are those conversations like with your teammates now, knowing you're about to play against them? Lot of trash talking.
Yeah, we ain't really even got into it like that yet, but when we do it, it's like that. They swear they
Okay,
we always swear
it's gonna
something.
happen for sure.
It's gonna happen sooner or later, especially when it gets closer, like around like the 1st of December. That's when it's really gonna start happening.
Okay. Um, Have you guys talked about that at all over the summer? Like, cause I mean, AAU, you're traveling with these guys, you're spending a lot of time with each other off of the court. So have y'all discussed it at all over the summer? Like, hey, just knowing going into the season that you guys will be playing against each other, have y'all
Most
had
definitely,
those conversations?
most definitely, we've had at least three. They're not as frequent as I thought they would be, or they will be at like Thanksgiving time, December time, like 1st of December. They're gonna be real freaking probably every day, realistically. But we've had at least 3 to 4 of them, me and all my friends, about playing each other and what's gonna happen, the outcome of the game, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Hey, it's all fun with it, fun conversations, and I think that's awesome, that competitiveness. And I think when your boys on the other side, I think you go even harder, and
Yeah, a little
hey,
harder.
you
Yeah,
might
yeah, yeah.
you might be boys. Yeah, you might be boys, but in that game, that's not the case. So I feel that for sure. Heading into the year, you said you want to win a state championship this year with your squad. What are talking with your teammates, what do you guys want to achieve this year? And then even with the guys that are your age or that you guys are going to be playing with each other for a while, what are those conversations like? What you guys want to achieve in your high school careers?
We're all on the same page with winning states, so just building on that. For the guys that will be with me next year, building on that win. Always keep staying locked in during practice. Going as hard as we can, really taking it as serious as we can, so we can put it into the game, execute, and win. So that's really what goes into it with my teammates. Yeah.
Like I said, competition in New Jersey's elite, and a lot of great guards have come out of the state in recent years. Talked about Kyrie and just training with him, learning from him. But is there any guard, even from New York, because I know you've spent a lot of time up there, but just any guard that you've seen come up through the tri-state area that you, I wouldn't say model your game after, but you look up to as like, hey, if they can do it, I can do it too?
The three main from Jersey would probably Elliott, Tahad, and Dylan. Just seeing them since like my sixth grade year when they were freshmen, and seeing how they all ended up and how they all at the same spot, highly touted. And from New York, probably Boogie. Same thing, seeing him as a freshman and where he ended up now, how he's at Arkansas doing his thing. Those are the four main people that I would say.
Yeah. All those guys are doing their thing. One guy
Yeah.
specifically, though, Tahad, I mean, that one game against, I think it was,
Yeah, he was wild. It was
yeah, it
Houston.
was insane.
Yeah, he was killing
Yeah,
him.
that was, were you watching that game?
Nah, I think I was working out at the time, but I caught like the little last bit of it. I caught the last bit of it.
Okay. Hey, you were working out. That's hey, you were working on your game so you could be doing that when you get to school, right?
Yeah.
Um, besides off the court, you have your own podcast. Sounds like you got a lot going on outside of basketball. Talk a bit about your podcast, talk a bit about what your interests are outside of basketball.
So with the podcast, I have me and my co-host Chris Rivers. We just go in there and really talk about basketball, life, different areas, everything really. So, that podcast was great. That was my first time ever running my own podcast, so that was really different and great experience. Off the court, I mean, I be on the game with my friends, on the phone with my friends, probably go outside to the mall. Those are my two interests in clothes, like dressing and stuff like that, fashion and stuff like that. I know how to
Okay.
cook. Like I'm a real good cook. Like I can really cook. Those are my main interests. Just going outside with my friends,
All
just with my
right.
friends, fashion and stuff like that. The game.
What do you like to cook?
I cook anything: steak, salmon, rice, pasta, chicken.
Okay. Okay, chefing up. I like it. I like it. I think I'm sure, like, not saying that other states don't go to the mall, but I don't know. I think in New Jersey, kids
Jersey
just
thing.
kids just love kids just love going to the mall. I don't know.
Jersey thing. I don't know what it is. It's just a Jersey thing. Like on a Friday after school, like you just gotta like, we going to the mall, bro. Like everybody be there. Like
Yeah.
the Jersey thing.
No, it's actually it's kind of funny just like looking just at the other states and seeing nobody really goes to the mall like that, but in New Jersey, people go to the mall and like
The
it's
mall.
it's
That's
a
us.
thing. Like you said, after school, go to the mall. Like it's a thing.
That's word. It's us. It's just what we do. We go to the mall. I don't even know where it stems from. That's just like our thing. Like every state got their thing. Like New York is like the basketball. Like in the summertime they go to the basketball games and like the New York versus New York. We go to the mall. So it's just every state got their thing. That's our thing.
Nah, for sure. Do you go in stores or sometimes is it just like you're just walking around?
It depends. Like sometimes we're just walking. Like sometimes we'll go for like a designated thing and we'll just end up walking around. We'll get the designated thing, but most of the time we just walk around, get some food, chill, go in the store. Like we don't even gotta buy nothing. Sometimes we just go to chill. It's just like our chill out spot.
Nah, yeah, for sure. You said fashion, dressing up, something that you like. Where do you like to shop? Get clothes at?
It be the brands on like Instagram where you gotta go. Like sometimes you gotta go there.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I can't think of that right now. But the main thing I could think of is like
Yeah.
the brands on Instagram, stuff like that. That's where the
Okay.
that's where
Nah,
the real.
reason I asked was because when I go to the mall, I don't shop in any of the stores at the mall. I'll just get clothes from like online. That's just what
Yeah,
you
online. You gotta
gotta,
go
that's where
online.
you
That's where
find the
it's
good
best.
stuff.
You gotta find the good stuff online. Like in stores, sometimes it'd be unless you go to like a resale store or something like that where they have like the hoodies stuff like that. But you really gotta be online to find it.
Yeah. Nike's the only store that I'll actually like go to um
Get clothes.
actually
Yeah.
get stuff. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, man, last question I want to ask is podcast is called Doubted. When you hear that word, what does it mean to you in terms of like just your life journey, your experience? When you hear that word and think about your life journey thus far, how does it connect?
Honestly, I kind of think about myself in a way. Like I always felt like I've been like doubted or like snubbed for things I should have got. But you know, it really could. It's really okay because it keeps you hungry, and you know, it's just the end goal is what matters, which is the NBA. So, you know, to not have it right now, and maybe having my senior year, that's okay for me. To be honest, it keeps me hungry, it keeps me working, keeps me grounded. So,
Sure. You have those big high goals, high aspirations. So just gotta keep your head down.
keep working.
Like Kyrie said, silencing and everybody blocking out the noise, right?
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
Michai, appreciate you coming on, man. Great conversation. I think this one's longer than the last one. So appreciate you coming on. I appreciate your time and just looking forward to getting this out to the people, man. So thank you for coming on here.
Thank you for having me.